Well guys, it's about -2, beautifully frosty this morning, and I'm out here doing the usual. Great day. I'm going to take a trip up to my little lake in a minute to see what the people have done there. They chopped back some wood to repair a dam. It's nice out here actually, it's cold, beautifully clear sky, the birds are singing, and it's about mid-January. And it's nice, very very nice. I'm going to go and find my breakfast spot, set a fire going and cook up. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, a little bit of predatory evidence here. Something's been predating on the local pigeon population. Could either be a fox or a feral cat. Well, I'm experimenting with a new type of fire stand. 3 small metal poles buried into the ground. I'll stand my honey stove extension, the hive, on top of that, and I'm just hoping it's going to work. Seems okay so far. Got a nice fire going. I learnt a valuable lesson. The paper I've been using to light the fire, the shredded paper, didn't have to kick back into your face and is not very good. Well, fine frosty morning. As I already said, it was about 2 below. It's temperatures now, the sun's coming up, temperature's coming up a little bit. Beautiful, beautiful sky this morning, sort of tinged with pink around the edges, with a powdery blue centre. And I saw something I didn't expect to see this morning. Unfortunately the camera was away in my pocket and I didn't realise what was happening at the time. I didn't realise something was up, because Alfie the Wonderhound, he picked up on a scent, and I was looking around. He was looking like a terrier does, you know. And I was looking through the woods to see what I could see, and all of a sudden I saw the back end of a deer disappear into the thickets. Wonderful sight. It's great to see deer so close to this place. Anyway, my water's come up to the boil, and I'm going to now prepare my breakfast. As I said, it's a fruity polenta mix-up this morning, and I'll see you in a bit. I'm doing some scrambled eggs as well, with a mushroom, shop bought one. The field mushrooms are all gone now, and so are the lepista nuders, or the woodblewits. There are quite a couple of heavy frosts, and you'd be lucky to find a couple. Not much in the world of bushcraft happening at the moment. Most people sort of waking up after winter, after Christmas. The fair weather bushcrafters are wishing for obviously fair weather. The hardcore guys are out doing their thing. I personally think you should be out in all weathers, in all circumstance really. Just enjoying it. This thing we call bushcraft, to me it's crafting. I mean, I'm a great believer in that. I'll keep going over this and over this again. I just can't help it. It's just that there's something I think that we've lost in that meaning. I say it's great. Being as it's cold, I'm wearing a set of ski trousers today. Got them about half price, so, and they're great. They're brilliant for this weather. They're waterproof, and they're keeping my legs all nice and toasty. I do suffer with my right leg when it comes to the cold. As I said earlier, I saw a little deer this morning. When it, you know, as I say, I've been watching quite a few threads on this, on bushcraft. Very tasty. And a lot of it I think people have lost their way. Bushcraft is being able to live comfortably. It's not survival as such, though that does come into it. It's been able to live comfortably in the woods, in the wilds. Dick Pranicky did it. He built a log cabin. Look him out on YouTube. There's a couple of bits from a documentary about him. Also, there's a very good book called The Alaskan Odyssey. As far as books go, I've started bringing a few over now from my mother's to home, which is where I live with Avalon. Oh, it's broken. Anyway, well, I live with Avalon. This is home. Some of you have started to want to do tracking. The best way to learn tracking is to track the animal that you know best, and that's the human being. Everything else just falls into place after that, and a lot of it's to do with observation. I'm looking forward to doing a gathering later in the year, and I'm hoping to invite about 12 people to here somewhere, you know, have a bit of a get together. Competitions, got a few in mind, but I've just got to work out how to implement them. And I've got the loom set up, Sandy, for your hat band. And that's it. I mean, I'll be back in a minute with a little story, and I'm just going to finish this. So I'm going to finish my breakfast and catch you in a bit. It's a bright sunny day, but after dark, if you're with an axe especially, the axe fairies come out, and the knife fairies. Now, these are quite vicious creatures because they'll bite you and draw blood. But has anyone ever wondered where the fairies come from? If you go to Iceland, you will see mounds. And these mounds, the Icelandic people will not build upon. They will even divert roads to go around them because they're known as fairy mounds. And in Ireland, in the Republic, you will see often lone trees in the middle of fields on mounds. Again, these are known as fairy mounds. And of course, there's the Banshee, the fairy of death, who wails before someone dies. And Steven Spielberg pinched the Scottish word Sith for the dark side of the Force. Sith, dark fairies in Scottish mythology. But as I said, where do these fairies come from? Well, they're all around us if we're only prepared to look. Back in ancient times, Adam and Eve had more than 2 children. And one day God was walking through the Garden of Eden, and he went to call upon Eve, called upon her living space. But Eve was so upset that God should suddenly turn up, that because she was washing her children at the time, it was only Cain and Abel that had been washed. The rest of the children hadn't been washed. And she did not want a big fella to see these unwashed children, you know. Considered it a bit of an affront. So she hid them. And of course, you know, the big fella's all knowing, you know, he's got his fingers in a lot of pies. So he turns up and says, "Hello Eve, you know, how's it going?" Eve turned around and says, "Well, you know, well God, you know, it's going as well as it could. And, oh, can I see your children, Eve, you know, have a chat with them? Oh, you know, I've only got 2, you know, Cain and Abel." Big fella, you know, he said, I said, "Are you sure, Eve? Are you sure that you are only 2 children?" Eve said, "Yeah, I'm very sure. You know, it's definite. Got no more children." And then God turned around and says, "Well, Eve, what is hidden from me shall also be hidden from man." And all her dirty children disappeared and have never been seen since by man. In Scandinavia they're known as the Hunterfolk, or the hidden folk, and you may catch them out the corner of your eye at dusk or at dawn, and you wonder why after dark you cut your finger on the axe, or you wonder why the fire that you've painstakingly got right will not light. It's down to the Hunterfolk. And of course there are many tales about these, and maybe in a future video I'll turn them up. But anyway, I hope you like that tale. Many more from the Scandinavian tradition I have, and there's an awful lot of tales that are absolutely brilliant, a good reflection on life. Anyway, as I said earlier, I was burbling on a bit about bushcraft over my rather nice breakfast. If you want any advice, and you know, I'm not an expert, but you know, if you need something, you need a bit of help with something, give us a buzz. You know, PM me. You know, I'm always prepared to share information, and if you're local enough, I might even pop round. Though I think the nearest one to me at the moment that contacts me regularly is Sean the Hat Man, who lives over in Thanet, which is the other side of the county from me. So it's brilliant. Anyway, oh, hello, it sounds like someone's out shooting this morning. Yep. There's some ex-pigeons somewhere, so someone will be having pigeon pie for dinner tonight, which could be nice. I'm looking to doing a bit of hunting later in the year. It's part of the whole bushcraft ethos. It's actually supplying yourself with food for the pot. There are some foods I want to try, and you just cannot get the said items in the supermarket, namely pigeons and squirrel. And but that's for another video and another time. Incidentally, if you've got more than 5 squirrels per hectare, the trees are really going to suffer. Grey squirrels in this country are not a good omen. Anyway, I'm going to finish my tea, I'm going to pack my gear up and go for a wander. Go and have a look at see what they've done to this lake. And I'll see you in a bit. Oh, the beauty of early morning. Ah, the little duckies can't paddle in the water. Alright. That is not mist, it is wood smoke, my friends. Just going to have a look. This is where's the lake? We're coming up to where they've been clearing the rhododendrons and one or two things. Woo, there we go. Right, someone down there trying to burn green wood. It's actually cleared this quite nicely along here. I was a bit worried at first. Sadly the favourite pine's been chopped, but I've got ideas. There's some wood there I can take and carve. As you can see, there's roadwork signs there. You might think this is wanton destruction, but a lot of these plants were classified as weeds, really, mostly the rhododendron. And this is the dam. As you can see, if I stand here, you can see there's quite a depth between here and the lake. This was once an ornamental lake. Well folks, you've seen the lake. I didn't film the actual pine. I might do that in a couple of weeks' time. They found that I think they're going to just leave the logs there to rot down and provide habitation for other beings and creatures. There's a couple of pieces I might pick up for carving out. And on that I'm going to do a little competition. The prize will be a carved wooden spoon. It's not going to be a brilliant wooden spoon, but it's going to be a carved wooden spoon. The competition is this. Right, if I pan the camera around, right, you can see a lot of deciduous woodland here. Now there's something you can do with deciduous woods that you can't do with pine, and in particular, there's a clue here, with hazel and chestnut. You can do something with broadleaf trees that you cannot do with pine or conifers. I'll set a closing date in some text with this. That's it. I can't think of any other way of putting it. What can you do with broadleaf trees, or the majority of broadleaf trees, that you cannot do with conifers?